Good morning, everyone. Welcome to UU Church West here in Brookfield, Wisconsin. Welcome also to those of you joining us virtually via live stream. We are a joyful community, grounded in love and committed to spiritual growth, inclusion, and justice. My name is Mark Steinberg, and I'm pleased to serve our congregation on your Board of Trustees. We are grateful for the privilege of living and gathering on the traditional territory of a number of Native American nations who have inhabited and cared for this land and who presently reside among us. We are a community of communities. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever your age, the color of your skin, your gender identity, and your chosen beliefs, even if none at all, you are welcome here. Whomever you love, and however you define family, you are welcome here. Whatever the cultures of your ancestors, the language your grandparents spoke, the abilities or disabilities you hold, you are welcome here. Our Unitarian Universalist values and principles call on community to act on our commitments to justice, equity, and inclusion, united in covenant and the spirit of love. If you are a newcomer or visitor, we hope you picked up a flyer on your way in to learn about what to expect and how to connect at our church. We'd love to have you fill out the welcome side of the blue sharing slips that were handed out with the hymnals, and hope to see you at the newcomer table in the foyer after service. If you're watching online and want more information, please email us at visitor@uucw.org. While today's service celebrates the Celtic tradition of Beltane, this Sunday also marks the start of our worship theme for May, Imagination. Reflecting on that theme and our UU values of love, interdependence, and equity, two visionary examples come to my mind. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech and John Lennon's song "Imagine" from his album of the same name. Both envisioned a future world that would be more just, more peaceful, and more connected. People of all ages are welcome in our sanctuary. Religious education classes have begun as of 10 a.m., and the nursery is open, but children in the sanctuary are also welcome to remain for the rest of today's service. The YRUU group will meet at 11:30. The worship exploration table, divided into two spots over in the corner, has some activities available for those inclined. The service is also being shown in our community room for anyone needing to step out for any reason. There's time for coffee, tea, and conversation for everyone after the service in the community room. You can gather there or hang out in the sanctuary or library. Challenge yourself to talk to someone you've not yet met. Let's build community together. Please refer to the announcements accompanying today's order of service for some of the many opportunities to get involved in our church community. Those of you watching online can find most of these in our weekly e-news edition or on our website at uucw.org. I'm only going to call out two of those today. For those of you who would like to participate in planning for the 21st Annual Pride Parade, celebrating the Milwaukee LGBTQ+ community, please meet Marjorie May in the community room at 11:30. The parade is scheduled for June 8th, and there's also a planning meeting scheduled at 11:30 on May 11th. That meeting is scheduled for 11:30. When our services end today, Marjorie May will be in the community room to talk to you about those activities. Lastly, after a successful series of building a culture of inclusion, a series that was sponsored by our Anti-Racism Transformation Committee and featured Paula Cole-Jones, there will be one additional session held this coming Thursday, May 8th, from 6:30 to 7:30 via Zoom. If you are interested in getting involved in that session, please contact Dave Cicero at uucw.org or meet him in person if you happen to see him later today. And now let's settle in for the rest of our service with Stephen and Sarah. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to our Beltane celebration today. Beltane, technically celebrated on May 1st, is one of the ancient fire festivals celebrated for centuries across cultures. There are many traditions associated with the various ways ancient cultures celebrated this turning of the wheel in early May, or before the months were named, mid-spring.
There were fires of purification, blessing, and protection lit for crops and cattle. There were water blessings. They danced the maypole, or in something like an ancient rave around the bale fire from dusk on the last day of April to the 1st of May. They also made offerings to the Fae or fairy folk.
The Fae are the manifestation of the spirit beings that live amongst us. They are elemental, representing earth, air, fire, and water. Many of us have been introduced to these elemental beings by the minds of the animators at Disney. When I say fairy, the first thing that springs to mind is probably Tinkerbell. When I speak of a mermaid, you might think of Ariel. The jinn, Aladdin's genie. And in what might be the best representation of gnomes, the rock people in Frozen. Yes, these are all interpretations of the elemental beings that live with us, unseen but not unfelt, if you're paying attention. They are mostly benevolent, but can be real tricksters, and this is the time of the year that they're the most active. So today we are going to give offerings to them to help us be in right relations with the unseen world around us.
I can hear what you're thinking. They believe me. They believe me. You're thinking, bah, I don't want to associate with them. What will people think of me? Today we're asking you to be brave and embrace the relationship you can have with the unseen. Let the unseen world know that you're an ally, and you will have a group of powerful friends beyond the veil. Now please rise in body and or spirit, and we'll sing hymn number 73, Chant for the Seasons. We're only going to sing the spring verse, and we'll sing it twice.
The smell of mold bursting in our eyes, the turrets of the tulip. Winter rains have turned the star wheel, springtime is upon us. Greening is the grass, soft upon our brows, the sunlight warm caresses. Winter rains have turned the star wheel, springtime is upon us.
Spirits of the north of earth, you are the gnomes, brownies, goblins, nymphs, hongas, and dwarves. Dwelling deep within the earth, we know we have disappointed you. We humans have taken too much for too long. Please join this community of humans today so that you might see our efforts to honor you. Let us feel your presence and deepen our respect and gratitude for all you provide. Let us strengthen our commitment to live in harmony with you. Hail and welcome.
Spirits of the east, of air, you are the fairies, valkyries, angels, aspera, and pixies. You make the winds blow and help the bees to spread the pollen. We know we humans have made things harder for you with our cars and industry belching pollution into our homes. Please join this community of humans today so that you might see our efforts to honor you. Let us feel your presence and deepen our respect and gratitude for all you provide. Let us strengthen our commitment to live in harmony with you. Hail and welcome.
Spirits of the south, of fire, you are the salamanders, the jinn, and will-o'-the-wisps. You are fierce, and you don't hesitate to let us know when we've done you wrong. You command our respect and punish our carelessness, but you also warm our hearths and cook our food. Please join this community of humans today so that you might see our efforts to honor you. Let us feel your presence and deepen our respect and gratitude for all you provide. Let us strengthen our commitment to live in harmony with you. Hail and welcome.
Spirits of the west, of water, you are the selkies, mermaids, and undines. We've given you no reason to trust us as we spew poison and plastics into your home, so you remain the most hidden of the unseen. Please join this community of humans today so that you might see our efforts to honor you. Let us feel your presence and deepen our respect and gratitude for all you provide. Let us strengthen our community to live in harmony with you. Hail and welcome.
O great spirit of life and love, undefinable by human terms, you carry countless divine names and no names at all. Please join this community of humans today so that you might see our efforts to honor you. Let us feel your presence and deepen our respect and gratitude for all you provide. Let us strengthen our commitment to live in harmony with you. Hail and welcome.
Good morning. My name is Stephanie Whalen, and I'm a member of the Split the Plate Committee. UUCW's Split the Plate initiative showcases our commitment to outreach and generosity. Each month, half of all undesignated offerings support a selected nonprofit embodying our Unitarian Universalist values and enabling meaningful community impact. In May, UUCW is proud to support We Got This, a transformative community program in Milwaukee. Originating with neighborhood cleanups, the initiative has blossomed into a vibrant community garden project. Through this work, young people not only learn about gardening and sustainability, but also gain valuable life skills like teamwork, responsibility, and pride in their neighborhood. Today, we are delighted to welcome Meg Brusen, a dedicated board member of We Got This, and her guest, Anaya Credit, to share their insights. Meg will discuss the profound community impact and personal growth opportunities this program offers to the youth involved.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate you guys. Kind of like Stephanie said, We Got This gives young people in and around the 53206 zip code a paid opportunity to make their neighborhood better by caring for the physical spaces and providing resources to the community. Kids are given $20 for coming on a Saturday from 8 to noon to beautify their community. And We Got This has over 15 vacant lots, formerly vacant lots, that the kids have turned into, just instead of a liability, an asset to the community. 53206 has over 800 vacant lots, so we have a lot more work we can do. Some of our goals for this summer is on average to have 125 kids every Saturday, give out $35,000 to kids for their work, and give out as much fresh produce to the community. So Anaya, do you want to tell a little bit about what happens on a Saturday?
Hi. For Saturdays, we start off early in the morning by 7 a.m. Most of the kids are there, ready to work, very excited to work. We start off by splitting up into groups, and we get assigned our projects. And we work all the way until like 10 or so. We take a break, and then we work all the way back until 12, and we get lunch. The kids really enjoy it. We do weed pulling, we do planting, we do art projects for the community. We do trash pickups to make sure our neighborhood stays clean. It's a really good community builder. The kids love it. The adults that come out, they love and they support us. And after we grow our vegetables, we give it back out to the community. So everything that we grow goes back out into the community, so we have something to eat. And the kids, they are really proud of their work. I'm proud of my work that I do there. I've been there for a couple of years now. Started off when I was 16. I'm 19 now. So it's just a really good opportunity for kids, especially if they love being outside and gardening and they don't want to be in the house all summer.
If you're participating virtually, please go to the UCW's website Donate tab and select Split the Plate from the menu provided. Or you can text or email or mail your donation today using the information found here. Today, I thank you for your generosity to We Got This. We will now graciously accept your offering.
Will you join me now in speaking the words for dedicating our offering? They are printed in your order of service. To the work of this community, which is to ground ourselves in love and joy, and to act for inclusion and justice, we dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings.
Hello, this is a reading by Sarah Eileen Lawal. In the silence. In the silence, in the stillness, we hear the call of our heart, its tender dreams, its sorrows, its triumphs. In the silence, in the stillness, we hear whispers of days gone by, of dreams still becoming, the promise of the future. We celebrate together our individual journeys and dreams, and our collective ones, knowing the journey is so much richer with others to share it. Blessed be. Now please rise and body your spirit, and we'll sing the hymn, We Shall Be Known, in your order of service. First, we're going to let Gina and Ruben take us through the song, and then we will join them.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now, it is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now, it is time now that we thrive. It is time to lead ourselves into the world. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. One more time. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now, it is time now that we thrive. It is time to lead ourselves into the world. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in
You gonna get this done?
I think it's good.
You're not the same as you were before. You were much more muchier. You've lost your muchiness.
My muchness?
In there, something's missing.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Melissa Musanti. I'm the fearless leader of the EarthSpirit team. And I am always amazed at how wonderful this team is. If you've come to these services before, you've heard me refer to it as stone soup. And it really, really is that, because everybody comes together and we make this thing that's really magical. Today we're celebrating Beltane and talking about the fairy folk. And, you know, the Fae are kind of like that one friend that we all have. That one friend that we love, but sometimes they say embarrassing things, right? And sometimes we're that one friend, right? Like, let's face it, we are who we are, right? But you don't just ignore them. You stand up for them. And especially as you use, and especially in this moment. We, you use, are allies, not only fighting for social justice and civil rights, but to the LGBTQ community, especially the trans community who is so threatened in these times. And coming off of Earth Month, we are allies to the planet. And that's what today is about. Today is declaring our allyship for those unseen forces. I love that we got this as our Split the Plate partner today, and that they're here. Because what We Got This does, and I don't even think they necessarily realize that they do this, but they foster a respect for the land in a place with kids who never would have thought about respecting the land. Those kids, every day, they're fighting for survival, unfortunately. And they have turned 53206 not into this, shiny, beautiful oasis. It still has its challenges. But oh my God, that neighborhood is amazing now. Where there were these blighted, awful, empty lots, there are gardens. And on those gardens, there are fairy folk. Now, I don't know if you guys have felt them. Have you felt them? Yeah. They're there, right? Right? Sometimes you come back to the garden and something's moved. It's not somebody from the neighborhood messing with you, it's the fairy folk. Right? And I want to thank you for your work, because the fae are everywhere. And the more we declare our alliedness to them, the more they can help us. Those of you who know me and my family well have heard me tell this story, so you're just going to have to bear with me. In 2019, we had a catastrophic fire in our house. And we live next to a rather large woods in Brookfield. It's the last stand of old-growth oak forest in Waukesha County. So it's a pretty magical place. We moved in 2016, and when we first moved in there, even with as active as I am with nature, the woods didn't like us. The woods was kind of mean to us. Now, the people that lived there before, from what I hear tell, were not as respectful to nature as we tend to be. So I get it. They don't know. Humans are humans, right? Like, they don't know what we are. So in 2019, we had this fire, and in the midst of the fire, I stood out on the front lawn with the fire captain, and I said, look, here's the deal. If it comes down to saving the house or saving the woods, you save that woods. I can rebuild the house. We cannot regrow this forest, so you save that woods. A couple of days after the fire, we went back, and suddenly, the energy from the woods was completely different. Completely different. It wrapped its arms around us. It welcomed us home, and it said, you might not be living here now, but when you do, when you get back here, we welcome you. And ever since then, I haven't been able to grow a garden on that side of the house because the woods is growing closer to the house. It is shielding our house. When there's a storm, we barely notice it because the woods shields it from the storm. And it wasn't until I announced out loud to another human that the woods was more important than our personal possessions. So there is something very real about those forces. Now, look, we call this metaphysical for a reason. We don't really understand how it works, but clearly there's something working, right? So I challenge you to stand up today and develop a relationship with the unseen world. Don't think that you're a crackpot. Just as you would stand up for somebody who is human, who society might not globally accept. I challenge you to do the same for nature. because we do have a relationship with them. And they are under threat. As the current administration pulls away more and more protections for land. I encourage people who live in urban settings to find those magical places in your urban settings. One of the beautiful things about living in the greater Milwaukee area is we have an amazing parks system. So you don't necessarily have to find them in a park. They could just be at the edge of a wilder spot on your land. Meet them, encourage them, love them, declare to them that you're there, and they'll pay you back. And that's what today's about. So, I know, this is nuts. I get it. But that's what having your muchness is. And we UUs have a lot of muchness, and we've always had a lot of muchness. When the world challenges us and says, no, we can't like this person, or we can't like that person, or we have to do it this way. We UUs say, no. We're centered in love. We're grounded in love. I don't care if that person looks different than me. I don't care if that person loves differently. I don't care if that person comes from a different background. I don't care if that person doesn't have any money. They're a person. And they're worthy of our love and compassion. I don't care if that person has a criminal record. They deserve, everyone deserves to be treated well. And so that's my challenge to you. Now, normally, this is the part where I'd say we're all going to take a deep breath and we're going to soften our focus. Nope. Today is all about energy, okay? So I'm going to give you another challenge in a little bit. You've obviously noticed that we have our fabulous dancers today, led by Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. And they're going to challenge you to dance. Yes, you're going to get up off your butts and you're going to dance a little bit. And what we're doing today is we're creating offerings to the Fae. Now, I don't know how many of you have explored our grounds, but one May Day tradition that Amy found in some of her research is to go around the edge, the perimeter of your home, and leave blessing for the Fae, and acknowledge the nature that is around your home. Well, this is our home, our collective home. And when you go down to the edge of the west parking lot, the southwest edge, there's some Leopold benches over there. There's this like little glen. It is like the most magical spot on our property. It is just incredible. It's like even more incredible than the labyrinth. So there's all kinds of little guys that live down there. Guys, gals, right? I'm a Gen X, right? So guys is a gender neutral term for me, sorry. So there's all kinds of beings that live down there. It's really kind of a magical place. And I actually think that when we called them today, that some of them have come into our space. It feels kind of like they're here. But after the service today, I invite you all to meet in the lobby and follow David and Eddie down to the Glen. And we're going to make offerings to them. Now, for those of you who can't walk, and I'm one of those, I can't walk on grass yet. I'm recovering from that surgery, so I will not be able to go down. We will be passing little baskets around after we do some dancing and after we do a call and response community blessing. And what we're going to be charging today as our offering to the Fae, there are 3 baskets in the sanctuary. There's one here next to Mark in the front row. There's one on a stool in front of the windows over there, and there's one on the edge of the pile of chairs right under the quilt here. And in those baskets, you're going to find some seashells. You're going to find some stones. I happen to have a piece of red jasper here, which is particularly fitting for Beltane. And you're going to find some cedar. And as you're dancing, make your way to one of those baskets and grab one of these and charge it with your intention for being in right relations with the natural world. So you don't have to give them any money. They don't want your money. They want your commitment to being in right relations with them, for giving to them more than you take, and they give us an awful lot. So Then, after church, after the service, go ahead and take these down there and, leave them. Or, and I'll announce this again later when we get to that point, you can put it in a basket and somebody else will take it for you, because I know that not all of us can get there. For those of you who can get there but maybe can't do the stairs, remember we have an elevator. That's one of the great things about the capital campaign we did a couple years ago. So if you're having a hard time doing the stairs, we do have an elevator. So that's part of the way we can go. Okay? So, the other thing is, this morning when you came in, we made fairy wands. They love this noise. So the fairy wands represent fire, the stuff on the end, and then the noise is pleasing to the fairy. So dance with these if you want. Some of you who weren't here early enough, you're just going to have to be jealous. For those of you at home, I would encourage you to find some little trinket around your house and do the same and find a place either in nature near you or nature on your property. And even if your property is a balcony, if you live in an apartment or a windowsill, make those offerings. It'll be amazing how that feels once you start a relationship and a conversation with the natural world. They might not be seen, but they are certainly felt. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Nicole and the dancers and our musicians. This is going to be so cool. And have fun dancing.
of our heart's desire. Dance in the heat of our heart's desire. Open the gate, the key is within, to the temple of the heart. We dance in the heat of our heart's desire. Dance in the heat of our heart's desire. Open the gate, the key is within, to the temple of the heart. We dance in the heat of the heart's desire. Dance in the heat of our heart's desire. Open the gate, the key
All right, as we finish up passing blessings, we're going to do a Beltane community blessing. As individuals, we carry our desires and our longings with us. Open the gate, the key is within, as our song reminds us. That phrase will be with me all week. We carry these desires as individuals, but we do not live in isolation. We human beings need communities of solidarity and support to blossom and grow. We need each other. And our community, too, has its desires and needs in this season of blossoming, and our wider world benefits from our individual energy and the strength of our community. And so I invite you now to join with me in a blessing for our congregation and for the world beyond these walls. The words are printed in your order of service. After each line I speak, I will invite you to say, "May the community that holds us be blessed. May our wider world be blessed." And so we begin. As Beltane weaves its bright ribbons across our hearts, and as the earth turns and grows green and lush around us, may the community that holds us be blessed. May our wider world be blessed. As Beltane flowers bloom with desire and possibility, and we welcome in the potential for magic all around us, may the community that holds us be blessed. May our wider world be blessed. As we move from darkness into light and work to bring our desires into fruition, may the community that holds us be blessed. May our wider world be blessed. As we share our joy in the goddess and the green man, in the fairies and the fire, may the community that holds us be blessed. May our wider world be blessed. As we reach out to help care for one another and to extend our compassion into the wider world, may the community that holds us be blessed. May our wider world be blessed.
Okay, anybody not coming out with us and want to put their blessing in the basket? Raise your hand. Okay. Can I get an usher? That was really great. Such great dancing. Carry that into the world with you today. Have that relationship. In a moment, we're going to release the elements. And I am out of order. So we're going to do a reading of release of the elements, and then David is going to lead us in grounding the elements. So when we raise energy like this, we want to send it back to the earth from whence it came. Now, a couple of times we've kept the energy up, and I've asked you to take it into the world. Today, we're going to send it back to the earth so that the earth knows that we're not taking too much from it, kind of like that whole being in right relations conversation that we just had. So as soon as we're done releasing the elements, David is going to lead you in a chant, and then at the end of that chant, we're going to go stomp, stomp, stomp. If you can't stand up, you can either stomp or you can put your feet firmly on the floor and stomp your hands on the top of your thighs, and that will send the energy through your trunk into the earth, okay? We have a few more words, but I just want to thank you all for playing along. I never know if it's going to work, but you guys always make it work, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
Spirits of the south of fire, thank you for seeing us today. As we go forth, we humans commit to do better, to live in balance and to honor you. Hail and farewell.
Spirits of the east of air, thank you for seeing us today. As we go forth, we humans commit to do better, to live in balance and honor you. Hail and farewell.
Spirits of the north of earth, thank you for seeing us today. As we go forth, we humans commit to do better, to live in balance and honor you. Hail and farewell.
Spirits of the west, of water, thank you for seeing us today. As we go forth, we humans commit to do better, to live in balance and honor you. Hail and farewell.
O great Spirit of life and love, thank you for seeing us today. As we go forth, we humans commit to do better, to live in balance and to honor you. Hail and farewell. And now we'll ground the energy we've raised. Please follow David with the Earth I Am chant that is found in your order of service.
Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am.
Blessed is the path on which you travel. Blessed is the body that carries you upon it. Blessed is your heart that has heard the call. Blessed is your mind that discerns the way. Blessed is the gift that you will receive by going. Truly blessed is the gift that you will become on the journey. May you go forth in peace.